Hi, I'm Mr. Paradise,
And I'm Miss Ellick.
and we're here to talk to you about how we're going to have a wonderful 2026-2027 school year. Oh, hey, I'm going to start by talking to you about our four focuses. Our first focus this year is going to be on high expectations, not just behaviorally, but on academics. We already know that to be a Blue Jay means you're soaring above. That means you're being safe, open-minded, authentic, respectful, and responsible. But we also have high expectations with academics. At Edgemere, we expect our students to do their homework, to complete their work on time, and to be a classmate that others can rely on. Our second initiative is going to be on highly effective first instruction. Last year, we focused a lot on our objectives aligning with our assessments. We're going to continue that this year, but we're also going to ensure that we are implementing small group instruction and meeting students where they are. Our third initiative is going to be on authentic and rigorous writing applications. It's a fact that students aren't writing enough these days, and we want to ensure that students have authentic and real opportunities to write. Our fourth initiative is in vocabulary acquisition and usage. As students are writing, we want to ensure that they are using those Tier 2 vocabulary words in their writing to synthesize their learning. That starts in kindergarten, and it works all the way up through 5th grade.
This year, we are going to continue with our house system. The purpose of establishing a house system is to build a sense of belonging and community among students across grade levels. Students last year in kindergarten through 5th grade were placed in a house, and they will remain in that house for their entire elementary school career. We are really excited because all of our new students and our new kindergarten students will be placed into a house the first week of school. With the house system, there is something called peer mentorship. And with this peer mentorship, what we do is we partner older students with younger students to be a positive role model. So that could look like reading with that younger student, providing some math support, or just overall being a positive influence. With the house system, there is a big community focus. So the school is moving away from those short-term individualized rewards and focusing on a larger, longer reward that is focused on the entire house. We want students to remember their elementary school careers, and they want to remember all the fun things and all the people that were in their house throughout this time of their education journey. Again, every student, kindergarten through 5th grade, will participate in the house system, and we are really excited because this year we are also going to include our pre-K students the second half of the year. So starting Q3, our pre-K students will also be placed in a house. The house system has 6 different houses. We have the purple house, the blue house, the orange house, the yellow house, the pink house, and the green house. Each house has 2 5th grade student leaders that were picked through a rigorous application process that included writing an essay. Each house also has a teacher leader. So there is one teacher leader per house, and we also have a house director, and that is the person that coordinates the entire house system and all its events. And this year, that is Mrs. Piazza.
So by now you're probably wondering, this house stuff sounds great, but how does my kid earn points? Well, follow me. Okay, so how are points distributed to students? We have white tickets and we have gold tickets. White tickets are given when students make good choices. It might be at lunchtime, the cafeteria ladies give everybody at the table a white ticket if they clean up their trash. It could be students that are making good choices in the hallway. White tickets are worth 1 point. Then we have gold tickets. Gold tickets are worth 3 points. Gold tickets go to students that make exceptional choices that go above and beyond what everyone else is doing. As students get their tickets, they'll bring them to their classrooms and they will put them in one of these 6 house bags. If I am in purple house, I would go to the purple bag and I would put my tickets in there. I have just helped my house to earn points. To foster celebrating, every quarter we also will have what's called our House Cup celebration. All the points at the end are added up and we determine which house has the most points. That house will be invited to a pizza or an ice cream party where they will celebrate as a house and hoist the house cup for all to see. Each month we have what are called house days. On house days, students are encouraged to wear their house colors and any other spirit gear they have to rep their house. On house days, we have house meetings and house parties. For house meetings, students will meet within their own house in one of 6 locations within the building. During the year, each house will decorate their hallway and work together to complete different challenges that are related to the virtue of the month. At house parties, the entire school gets together and students sit with their houses to share in some friendly competition and celebrate as one school under one roof. At the end of every week, we will add up the points and over the announcements let students know which house is in first place all the way through 6th place. On that Sunday, I will also alert families to the standings for each house. We also have positive office referrals. A student gets a positive office referral when they have exhibited the virtue of the month. So for example, in September, our virtue is dependability. As students are going about their day, they might get recognized for going just that much more above and beyond, showing what dependability looks like or how it has impacted the classroom. Positive office referrals are worth 5 points. Now we are making a change to positive office referrals this year. First and foremost, we are no longer posting pictures of students on Facebook, not individual pictures of students. We might post pictures of our house parties, but as students get positive office referrals, we will still make our phone calls to acknowledge with the parent to let them know how proud that we are. We will also add them to our wall of fame. Every day at the end of the day, we will shout out any students that got positive office referrals so that that house knows that that student got them 5 points. There are also other ways that houses can earn points in order to win the competition. We are going to do a canned food drive in which we will track which houses can raise the most cans for those in need. We will also be doing attendance challenges, Amira challenges, and other ways that we can foster competition, but also instill good work ethic and academic rigor as we complete our house challenges.
Hey, come on in and I'll tell you about our day. Here at Edgemere, our day starts at 8:50. Students must be in class by 9:05 to avoid being marked late. We know the car rider line can get long, but that is school policy. If they are not in their classroom by 9:05, they are late. Students in kindergarten through 5th grade will have a 35-minute lunch, a 20-minute recess, and a 50 to 60-minute special, depending on the grade level. The specials include PE, art, music, library, and 4th graders will have instrumental music. Additionally, the 5th graders will have an opportunity to join the band or orchestra, and I'm sure you'll hear all about that later today. We do have early childhood programs here at Edgemere. We have a preschool 3 program and a pre-K 4 program. Those programs are half-day programs. The mornings run 8:50 to 11:35, and the afternoons run 1:20 to 3:50. Please note that these sessions do not include lunch or specials. They do include a snack that you can provide, but lunch and specials are not provided.
At Edgemere Elementary, we take arrival and dismissal very seriously. You might have noticed that we have a pretty well-oiled machine for a car rider line. We'd like to keep it that way. As a reminder, car riders will use the Sparrows Point lot. There are no left turns permitted during arrival or dismissal. So between 8:35 and 9:05 and 3:35 and 4:05, please do not turn left from Sparrows Point into our lot. It is right turns only from North Point Road. We will also be placing sawhorses in order to help enforce those traffic patterns. For more information about our transportation, click the QR code in our presentation. Please don't be this person. No, excuse me. Next time I need you to go up and around, please. No, you have to follow the rules.
As assistant principal, I am also the attendance committee chairperson. Here at Edgemere, we follow the Maryland State Department of Education's attendance policy. MSDE expects students to attend school at least 94% of the time. Good attendance is always celebrated here at Edgemere. If your student has to be absent because of illness or appointments or anything like that, we do understand, and those are considered excused absences. Just please make sure that you provide documentation, whether that is a handwritten note or a doctor's note when available, to ensure that those are excused. I do want to note that any sort of vacations or other leisure travel are not excused absences, but it is good practice to communicate that with the school so you don't have to get those phone calls from Ms. Kim. Additionally, I do want to talk a little bit about chronic absenteeism. So when a student misses 10% or more of school, that means that they are considered chronically absent. Schools are required to put interventions in place to improve attendance. So if your student is chronically absent, that could mean that you have to come in for a required parent conference. It could mean that you have to do required doctor's notes, or it could mean that you have other interventions such as Project Attend.
At Edgemere, we do expect that our students are completing our homework each evening and/or by the end of the week. As a note, homework will be distributed on a weekly basis. On the first day of the week, typically a Monday, your student will have either a packet or a calendar for the week letting you know what is due by the end of the week. As a note, assignments should take no more than 10 to 15 minutes per night for 4 nights a week. We will never assign homework for the weekends, and only students in grades 4 and 5 will have a planner for tracking their homework. All grade levels will have 4 main assignments each week. You can expect a reading fluency practice, some math practice, some science, and some writing/vocabulary reinforcement.
Here at Edgemere, communication is very important. We want to make sure families can communicate with us and know how to stay informed, and we use various different methods to ensure that everyone knows what's going on. So we have the weekly Principal Paradise Patch, which is sent every Sunday at 6 p.m. I do want to note that this year the phone version will be shortened a little bit, but don't get too upset. He will still make sure he gives you his weekly dad joke. But all the information is going to be emailed in that Principal Paradise Patch. We also have a monthly newsletter called the Blue Jay Bulletin. In that bulletin is even more information, including PTA updates as well. Also, grade levels will send monthly newsletters with specific information about what students will be learning for that coming month. We also communicate on our digital platforms, so please, if you don't already, please follow our Facebook page. That is where we post all our flyers, reminders, and we also post pictures of big events. As stated before, we are not posting individual student pictures this year, but we will still post whole school pictures and events. We also want to make sure that you have a My BCPS account. That is what you will use to access your student's gradebook, interims, and report cards. So if you don't already, please make sure that you sign up for one of those accounts. Also, we want you to know that direct emails and phone calls are also welcomed. We love to hear from you. But please know that teachers are teaching throughout the day and cannot take phone calls during the day. They also do not always have access to email. So if you do email, please be patient, as BCPS policy does allow 48 hours for teachers to respond to you. But we love to hear from you, and please call, email, anything. We want to know. At Edgemere, we take safety and security very, very seriously. We are so thankful that you are trusting your students with us throughout the school day, and we want to assure you that they are in good hands. All exterior doors of the building are locked and double checked each morning. In order for someone to enter the building, they have to go to the front office, buzz in, and state their name and purpose. Teachers can enter and exit the building, but only if they have their badge. We do follow what's called the Standard Response Protocol, or SRP, just like every other Baltimore County public school. SRP is a standardized protocol for what schools do in case of emergencies. It goes through different levels of emergencies and different components of what a school would do. For example, there are components called hold, secure, lockdown, evacuate, and shelter. Depending on the circumstance would depend on what protocol that the school would follow. We know that behavior expectations are also very important, so each year, Mr. Paradise and I take time to enter classrooms and review the handbook with every single class. We do this because we want students to know what behavior expectations are set by the county and what consequences can occur should those not be followed. It is also so important that families also do the same, so when you see those handbooks get sent home, please take time to review them with your student before signing off. Edgemere is a place where we want everyone to feel as though they belong. This is a community, this is a family, and we have zero tolerance for racist or other inappropriate language, and there are consequences that could be up to suspension per BCPS policy for students who violate that. We want to make sure that we protect student safety and their sense of belonging. For more information, please see Rule 5580.
Last year, Edgemere started the honor roll. We're going to continue that this year. If you are a student in kindergarten through third grade, the way to get on the honor roll is to receive all 4s on your report card in the area of behavior. The 4 categories in which students receive a rating is your classroom conduct, work completion, how well you work with adults, and how well you work with others. If you are on the honor roll, we will put you in the Principal Paradise Patch and we will shout you out at the house party. If you are a 4th or 5th grade student and you receive grades on your report card, the honor roll will look a little bit different. First of all, since you receive grades, students that get A's and B's or only one C with an A that can balance it out, you will make the honor roll. I will post the honor roll again on my Principal Paradise Patch, and we will be sure to shout you out at a house party. We do have a couple extra incentives for students that earn good grades. If you are a 4th and 5th grader that gets all A's on the 1st and 2nd quarter, you will be invited to a principal breakfast. You will allow 2 adults to join you. We also do, for 5th graders, students that get straight A's for the entire year will be shouted at our 5th grade farewell. Thank you so much for listening to our presentation. We are really excited for a wonderful 2026-2027 school year. Don't forget, join the PTA
and
and
aim for the stars.
Welcome to